Hello and welcome to your practice. To begin, we will start standing. Props that you might need would be a chair. The chair will just be good to have when we start to move into the standing. You may or may not need it. I don't want to make sweeping claims that everyone doing this practice will need it, but when we do get into some of the standing work, it can be particularly nice if you struggle with stability when we're in the standing. So our focus today is going to be on balance, on strengthening and range of motion. And it will be a good overall comprehensive practice, full body. And I want this to be a practice that you can return to and do and just track your progress. And so it's really focused around good, healthy movement for our body. Okay, so 30 minutes, get going, move your body, move your energy, and let's just enjoy this. So have your chair ready. You could also probably do this with a wall space or even a countertop, depending on what you're working with, but I'm going to assume that everyone has a chair. To begin, bring your feet nice, comfortable distance, a little bit wider than hip distance is normally where I like to be and feel real secure there. And we'll get started right away with some movement, coordinating movement with our breathing. Very simply, inhale, arms stretch up overhead. Palms can be forward, exhale, release, come back down. 3 more times. Inhale with the breath, movement. Exhale, see if you can sync up the movement so the fingertips release down at the bottom of the exhale. Inhale, fingertips reach the top at the top of the inhale. And exhale. Let's do that one more time. Inhale and exhale. Now let's add the option of lifting onto the balls of the feet. So as you inhale, slowly lift your heels. Exhale, lower the heels back down to the floor. This is a great place if you're feeling really unstable with your balance. Have one hand on the chair, maybe both hands on the chair, and just focus on the flexibility of the bottoms of your feet. So it would look like this. Just inhale, lift. Exhale, set it down. Okay, we'll do that one more time. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. The heels might lift. And then exhale, lower back down. Good, and then just pick up the right heel, just kind of work your knee in a circular motion, the whole leg in a circular motion there, releasing through the ankle. Okay, and then set the foot down and pick up the left heel, and then again, just make some circles with the lower leg, being sure to move in both directions. Okay, and then both feet down, heels down, inhale, reach the arms up again. As you exhale, bend the arms, bring them back behind you, bend your knees, and come into a little squat. And then inhale, reach the arms, palms forward, lengthen. Exhale, bend the arms, bring them behind you. Rotate so that the palms are turning away and the knuckles are resting to your low back. Inhale. Too much with the arms, forget about the arms, just work the legs. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good, inhale, it's just circulating around in the hip structure here, in the muscles of our legs. Good, inhale, lift, open, and then release the hands down by your side, okay? If you're using a chair, if you want to use a chair, just bring it forward and have it in front of you. And then from here, take your right foot, bring it to 12 o'clock and turn the left toes in just slightly. Okay, the chair is there for you if you need it for balance. Otherwise, just take your hands to your hips there, lengthen through the torso. Inhale, and then as you exhale, bend into the right knee. Okay, and then inhale, re-straighten the leg, and then exhale, rebend. Twice more. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale, hold. One or both arms, reach out. Too much on the shoulders, take your palms up to the ceiling, bend your elbows. Okay, one more here. Just opening the chest, opening the front of the shoulders. And relax your hands by your side, straighten your right leg, turn your right toes so they're parallel with the left, and simply turn the left toes now to 12 o'clock. Slightly turn and rotate the right foot, back foot in a little bit. Hands to hips or hands to the chair. Inhale here, left leg straight. Exhale, bend into it. Inhale, straighten. And we're keeping posture, nice tall posture. So the crown of the head lengthening up away from the shoulders. Exhale. Good, one more. Inhale and exhale. Hold here, option, straighten one or both arms. Opening chest, lengthening the spine, strengthening our legs, one more here. And then exhale, release, straighten the left leg, turn the leg so that both feet are parallel. Now from here, I'm gonna walk myself back and I'm gonna come into a downward facing dog using the chair, okay? And I know that some of you could do downward dog without a chair, and that's totally fine too. Otherwise, just walk yourself back. Okay, I'll do it a profile so you can see. And I'm going to take my hands to the side. I'm gonna grip the side of my chair. I'm gonna walk my feet back and I'm gonna bend my knees a little bit here because my hamstrings are really tight. So if you feel that in your own body, bend your knees and just let your spine open and lengthen. Feel your side bodies elongate here and start to feel the breath slow, smooth, and steady. Okay, another breath. Inhale. Exhale, release. Take your time. Begin to walk your feet closer toward the back of your chair, standing up slowly. Okay, and then once you return, just take a moment, pause. And then we're going to do the same thing. Separate the feet nice and wide, okay? And the right toes are going to turn 12 o'clock, left toes slightly in, okay? So from here, inhale. As you exhale, bend into your right knee. Now, from here, the options will be to open up the arms, so cactus the arms, lengthen the inner elbow so we get an anterior shoulder stretch and across the chest, okay? And know that you can use one arm here and place the other hand on the surface that you're using so that you can help feel more stable. So stay here, exhale, okay? Inhale, and then exhale, bring the hands toward one another as you straighten the right leg, and then again, rebend and open the elbows, and then straighten the leg, bring the arms toward center. Okay, one more here, open, and then draw everything in. Hands to the chair, turn the right toes, look down at your feet, see that they're in line. Left toes turn out, right toes turn in a little bit, okay? Bend into that left knee, open the arms, one or both arms, okay? Here, upper back, feel the upper back strengthening happening there. Feel the shoulder blades, the inner borders of the shoulder blades hugging in around the spine, and then the front line of the shoulders and the chest is really broad and open. Okay, and then from here, you're going to straighten your left leg and bring your inner elbows and palms toward one another. And then again, take them apart as you bend into the left knee, and then again, draw everything in. Trying to keep the elbows elevated to shoulder height. Good. And come down here. One more time, let's straighten that left leg. And then take the hands down to the chair, and then turn the feet so that they're parallel and in line with one another. I'm going to shift my chair, and I'm going to bring it down so that it's to the inside of my right foot. I'm going to turn my right foot 12 o'clock again, but I'm going to keep it straight, okay? I'm going to keep it straight. And you might find it might be easier to step on the other side, okay? So having then the chair on the shin. I changed my mind. I think that would probably be a better positioning, just depending on the height of the chair, okay? And then from here, take the right hand down to the surface of that chair. And then I want you to think about the hip, so the right hip coming closer to your right leg, rather than any kind of like stretching of the waistline. I want you to think about your whole pelvis coming and tipping down, and the right hip coming closer to the right thigh. Take your right hand to the chair, and then lift the left arm up. And you're really pressing the right hand down actively into your chair, and then you're lifting and lengthening. And I realize, that just depending on what type of chair you're working with, that the height might be slightly different. So just know that, just play with it in your own body and just feel openness. Breathing into space, right? Space between our bones. And continue to cycle the breath as you hold. Take the left hand to your hip. Bend the right knee. Keep tilting the pelvis forward. You're just bending the right knee. That's all you're doing. You're bending the right knee. You might need to readjust the placement of that hand, and continue to roll this top shoulder back. Continue to strengthen through your right hip. Okay, relax the feet and your toes while they root down to your mat. Good. And let's take our left arm up and let's look up to the left hand if you can. As you exhale, let's look down to the right foot. Bend your left elbow and drape it behind your back. So kind of like what we did before when we were in that baby squat. And then inhale, open up, reach the arm, look up to the hand. Exhale, bend the elbow, look down. Good, one more, inhale. And exhale. Go ahead, come all the way up to stand. Realign your feet. And then however you want to do it at home, situate yourself at home so that you can still be facing the camera or your screen. Just resituate your chair or resituate your body around your chair. Okay? And then from here, again, open up the legs. So the left toes to 12 o'clock and the right toes are going to turn in a little bit there. You're going to hinge your entire pelvis toward the left. So the left hip comes closer to the left thigh bone, the left hand down to the chair, turning and just opening up through your torso as best you can manage. And then from there, reaching the right arm. Just reaching the right arm away from the shoulder, depending on the height of where you are with the availability there. Okay, and just breathe and stay open. And then looking down toward the foot, now let's bend into this front knee. So bending into the knee there, taking the right hand to the hip and just situate your legs so you feel comfortable and stable. And I'm going to take my left arm a little forward because I felt like I was really kind of dumping into the shoulder joint there. So press the hand down, lift up, take the right arm up, maybe look up if you can. Inhale. Exhale, look down toward the left foot and relax the right arm behind you. So bending the elbow, letting the arm just relax down. And then inhale, extend, reach up. Just getting that rhythm there, the rotation of our neck and the movement of our shoulder and our arm. Again, inhale. Okay, last time, exhale. Good, take your hand to your hip, straighten your leg and come on up. And then turn the feet so they're parallel, okay? Step the feet in a little bit closer, and let's come into balancing, okay? So we've got good circulation in the hips and the legs. The muscles are good and awake and energized. And now let's take time to find stillness, mental concentration, focus, and find just a pause and some balance, okay? I'm going to be stepping so that my left hip is parallel to the chair because I'm going to move through my right leg, okay? So from here, push down through the left foot. So that's going to be our foundation. So feel into the left foot for now and then start to feel yourself get a little bit of light on the bottom of the foot. What we want to avoid is that sinking and the dipping laterally into the hip joint. So we want to strengthen in the leg line. Begin to lift that right knee up, okay? Right foot up and stay lifted through the spine and stay strong through this left hip, trying to avoid that collapsing into the joint, okay? So kind of feel that. So that pelvis, you can feel the pelvis rotate and just stay lifted. And this is work. Stay here and then see if you can take the right leg out to the right any amount. And then back to center. Let's do that again. Take it out. And then come back to center. Good, and then step it down. All right, and then just switch sides. So walking around the chair or moving the chair, whatever works. Maybe you're at a wall space. Maybe you're not using any kind of support at all. Right hip is parallel now. So before I just get into the pose, I really want to think about, okay, my foot. I want to think about my root, and that's the bottom of my right foot. So feel the bottom there, the equal balance, the triangle that we've talked about. Push down, lift up, and then start to bring this left knee up. Again, we're staying lifted through our spine. We're staying strong through our right hip. And then take the left knee out to the left any amount. Bring it back to center. Again, out to the side, any amount. And then back to center. And then step it down, and it feels really nice to have both feet on the floor, okay? Let's come to a sit. So come seated in your chair. Okay, so comfortably seated in your chair. Back a little bit. Okay, and then nice and tall through your spine, sides of the waist and the ribs are just elongating it up away from the pelvis, so you're nice and tall there. And then from here, let's take our arms, just cactus the arms out like we did before. Open it up nice and wide, okay? And then bring your hands in And see if you can rotate the palms in, just like that, and then take the arms out. And then fingertips to the shoulders. And then again, broaden out, open, elbows reach away from one another. And then release the arms all the way out. Good, and then just bend the arms. And then bring them all the way back in, palms face you. Now extend, reach the arms. And then fingertips to the shoulders. And then open the elbows. And then reach the arms out. That's it. And spread the fingers nice and wide, so pinky to thumb. And then close the thumb into the palm, wrap your fingers around the thumb, and lengthen the knuckles away, just stretching the forearm, the wrist. Good, and then release that. And then take your hands down, okay? And then with the right shoulder, let's find movement in the right shoulder. Just start to circulate the shoulder in a circular motion, up, pull back, pull down and around. Just nice fluid motion here. And take it in the opposite direction. Just nice fluid motion, moving your shoulder blade along the upper back, your ribs. Good, and then just pause. And then take your chin and look over the direction of your left shoulder. And then take the chin down, maybe nod it up and down a few times. Just gentle. And then bring yourself back forward, so the face is forward, chin level. And now lower your left ear laterally, so left ear down toward left shoulder. Again, always an option to explore slightly. Maybe head placement a little more back of skull back. Continue to soften your head toward the direction of the left shoulder and relax through the shoulders. If you feel yourself tense and gripping, see if you can soften some of that. And then come all the way back up. And for a moment, close the eyes down and feel along the right side of your neck, the back, and maybe cross your collarbones into the right shoulder. Okay, and then blink open your eyes. And begin to make big circles with the left arm. Just big circles with the left arm, just finding this movement, this motion on the left side now. Relax your arm, relax your fingers, reverse the rotation. A lot of times it's just the simplest movement that can make such a big impact. Okay, and then just pause there. Start to look over the right shoulder and just already noticing if there's a difference. If you have more restriction on this side, maybe you have more freedom on this side. And then maybe nodding the chin down and up slightly. Noticing, observing, awareness around sensation. Working through some of that chronic tension and tightness. Okay, and then return back to center so the chin is level with your chest, your belly. And this time right ear toward right shoulder. So a lateral movement of our neck, spine. And you might find that you have this forward head carriage, right? So the chin and the forehead are coming forward and down. See if you can draw the back of your skull back slightly. Drop right shoulder down, drop right ear down. And take a few moments there just to breathe into the shoulders. Good, and then just come all the way back up. Nice. And then from here, while we're seated, go ahead, just pick up the right leg and just pull the knee up and stay lifted through the chest, and then take your right ankle and cross it on top of your right thigh. And then just start to circle the torso. Just start to circle a little bit here. And just a nice, easy movement, circular motion of the torso, feeling how that changes the stretch sensation in the musculature on the lateral side and the back side of your right hip. Then you might take it in the opposite direction there. And you're probably feeling a particular place in your circular rotation where you feel the most stretch. And we're gonna go to those places and just kind of hold and breathe through that. Okay, so come back to neutral. And any amount you'd like, you can start to come a little forward. A little forward, and continue to think about reaching your hips and your pelvis back, and you're coming forward with some length in your spine. You're trying to stay open rather than collapsing and contracting. We're just trying to be relaxed and open, inviting space in by maintaining space in our body. Good, and then release that. Okay, just before you move to the other side, feel into the right side, feel into the left side, noticing that difference, okay? And then from here, pick up the left foot, grab around the knee for a moment, sit up nice and tall, just a gentle squeeze there. And then bring the ankle on top of the thigh. And again, invite a little bit of movement in the torso. Okay, just a nice circular motion here. You might feel the tightness up along the low back as well. And you can just think about this as just exploring and feeling, right? Just noticing, becoming aware. Inviting circulation and blood flow into the musculature and the tissues. And then let's hold. So let's find a place that feels particularly, I like to say nice, but really the word I'm looking for is uncomfortable. Like if there's a little bit of discomfort there, but nothing that we can't just relax into and invite in and welcome and breathe with, right? So knowing that those particular places, that stretch sensation, like that's a good sensation, but we definitely don't need to push that boundary. Just go into that first place of resistance and breathing with it. And then at that point, after you breathe with it for a few rounds, you might find, okay, it's releasing, it's not so bad. I can maybe even withstand a little longer, or possibly maybe you take it just a little bit deeper. Good, and then from there, all the way out, lift out of it. Just take a moment to pause in your seated position, feeling down into the hips, backside. All right, feel that warmth. All right, and then from here, we're gonna take it down onto the floor. Okay, so you can just move the chair aside, and we're gonna come down onto all fours. If your knees are sensitive, just take a moment to pad your knees, put something underneath the knees, and take your hands underneath your shoulders, a little bit wider possibly. Spread your fingers again. So always working again to just be aware of providing space for our body. So as best as you can, spread your palm. And then from here, with our breath, as you inhale, lift your tailbone and let your belly lower down and stretch your chest open as you look forward. And then as you exhale, tailbone down toward your mat, pull your belly button up toward your spine, and then round your upper back. Okay, inhale, stretch the front line of your body with the belly dropping and the chest open. As you exhale, counter that, stretch your back body by lifting your front body. Okay, one more round like that. Unlocking the spine, hydrating the spine. Good, and then coming all the way back. And then coming down to your forearms. So working your way down to your forearms. Legs are straight, okay, and let the legs be a comfortable distance apart, whatever feels good to you there. And then you're finding that your elbows are under your shoulders. Again, open up your palms, actively press the forearms down, and then lift your chest. And then feel, if you're kind of creeping with the shoulders or crowding the ears and you got all this like tension built up around the upper back and the neck, see if you can elongate, release some of that, pulling the shoulders down along your back, opening your chest, forearms down, just staying here and breathing. And this is a good way to strengthen the arms and the upper back. Just breathing with it. And let's take this a little more laterally. Walk the elbows just slightly forward of the shoulders, and then walk both forearms slightly over toward your left. Okay, resituate there, and then again, press the forearms down. Lift the chest, breathing in. So now we feel a little deeper into right psoas. Trying to breathe deeper now into our belly, into the lower breathing space. Okay, and then arms come back. And then over to our right. Clean up the arms so that you feel supported there. Press the forearms down. Lift your chest, breathing in along left low belly, left ribs. Good, and then come all the way back to center. And then go ahead and just bend your forearms and bring yourself down. So forehead down onto the back of the arms. And just take a moment there, kind of relaxing and releasing. And while we're here, see if you can feel the pressure of your abdomen into your mat as you inhale fully. And then see if you can feel for that pressure releasing as you exhale. So feeding our breath into our lower breathing space. And it's not necessarily a matter of breathing in deeply, it's more of slowing the breath down. Just take your time to breathe in. And take your time to let that breath go. And do that a couple more times, observing where do you feel your breath in your body. Okay, and then from here, make your way on up. All fours. And then we're going to come and lie on our back. Okay. So come on down to your backside. Okay, we'll move right into Apanasana. So good for digestion and circulation and just the health of our gut and our diaphragmatic breathing. So one knee at a time, bring them so that they're stacked above your hips. Hands on your knees or your shins. As you inhale, the arms are straight, the belly fills up. As you exhale, bend the elbows, draw the knees and the thighs in closer toward your belly. And then inhale, fill up, legs away, arms straight. Exhale, pull in. Okay, again, inhale. And something as simple as this can help build abdominal strength while we're really focusing on pulling the belly back and in on the exhale. You can continue just like this, or if you want to add on, as you inhale, the legs go straight and the arms reach overhead. Exhale, pull it in. Relaxing your spine. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. And then exhale, hold. Okay. And then from here, return your feet down to the mat, one at a time. Okay. And a little bit of strengthening piece here. Bend your right knee and lift it up, bend the left knee, lift it up, and then arms straight up, fingertips up. As you inhale, you're going to stretch your right arm back and your left leg forward. Good, and then exhale, come back to center. Inhale, right leg, left arm. Exhale, come back. Continue like that on your own. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more each side. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale. And exhale. Good. Return your hands down. Return one foot at a time back down to the mat. Okay. And then maybe even toe heel the feet out wide and just windshield wiper the legs side to side for a moment. And then setting up for bridge pose, walk the feet in a little bit closer, but it's okay if they're not, they don't have to be right at hip distance. They can be slightly wider. Hands by your side, okay? And then from here, take an inhale, let your low back arch. As you exhale, start to pull the belly down and lift your hips up into bridge pose. Keep your hands down by your side, and you might even find just one shoulder at a time, just sliding it down your back to feel a little more supported there. And keep lifting the hip points up, strengthening your back body. Okay, pressing into the feet, and the chin is pretty high so that the back of the neck is long and neutral. Okay, continue to breathe here. One more full breath in. And then exhale, release, come all the way down. Let your pelvis rest. Okay, walk the feet out nice and wide. Legs are relaxed. You might even just let the knees come in toward one another. Okay, if that doesn't feel good, just keep the knees bent and the knees up toward the ceiling. Okay. And then from here, you have a choice. Okay, if you want to take a Shavasana, come into a comfortable position on your back, maybe stretching the legs long, maybe elevating the feet up onto a chair, right? Just allow yourself to get comfortable. If you'd like to meditate, now would be a great time maybe to sit in stillness and quiet and find a meditation. Otherwise, we're right at that 30-minute mark, so if you need to move on with your day, I understand. You'll start to make your way on up to a comfortable seated position. Okay, and then from your seated position, just take a moment, just pause, maybe eyes closed down, all right, if you're comfortable with that. Feel the ease of your spine. Okay, and just feel centered, feel grounded and connected, and this total embodiment of sensation and experience of your practice. Okay, and then just gently open up your eyes. And I thank you for practicing taking care of yourself. Take it with you. Be well.